Stock market the last couple of days has been an absolute roller coaster ride, especially for those whose livelihood depends on the performance of the stock market. It's been a pretty bad couple days. And of course, even worse is the uncertainty of the future. So what I want to share is an interesting concept from Judaism that will hopefully help you navigate the volatility and the turmoil of the stock market and financial uncertainty. So the first commandment that was given to the Israelites while they were in Egypt, even while they were still slaves, was known as HaChodesh Hazeh Lachem, that this month is to you, to follow the cycles of the moon to determine when the new Jewish month begins. In fact, until today, we follow the moon as opposed to the sun, as opposed to the solar year. We follow the lunar cycle to determine the Jewish month, when it begins, when it ends. In the days of the temple, they would actually have witnesses who would see the new moon and testify in the high court in Jerusalem to dedicate the new month of the Jewish calendar. In today's time, it's already been predetermined based on the moon's movement. Because we don't have a holy temple, we therefore are able to know ahead of time when the month will begin, but it still is based on the moon's cycle. So when you see a full moon, you know it's about in the middle of the Jewish month. When it's at the end, or when the moon is very small, that's when you know it's the end and the beginning of a Jewish month. In fact, Passover, which is on the 15th day of the month of Nisan, the moon is going to be full. Passover Saturday night, if you look in the sky, you'll notice that the moon is full, complete moon. Now, why is it that we follow the lunar cycle versus the solar cycle? The solar cycle, has a complete 365 days consistently, while the lunar cycle has 355 days. Now, we also have a commandment that Passover has to be in the spring, which means every 2-3 years, we are down a month, which means we could have Passover end up in the winter. So therefore, about every 3 years, sometimes every other year, depending on how the cycle plays out, we add an extra month to ensure Passover is in the spring. That's how the Jewish holidays are always somewhat within the seasons that they're always meant to be, because of that extra month. But to answer the question, why do we follow the lunar cycle if the solar cycle is so much more consistent and reliable and dependent? And this is the message to all of us. Life isn't always predictable. Life isn't always consistent. Life isn't something that we could always understand and know routine exactly how it's going to play out. The moon represents the ups and downs, the roller coasters of life, the lack of knowing what the future holds, the lack of confidence in what might happen or what might not happen. The moon is actually a good representation of the stock market, because it gives us a sense of we have no clue. And the idea of following the moon is the recognition that within life, in our reality, we know that we don't know what's going to happen. We know that there's so much unknown to us in the world. There's so much that we can't understand and can't explain. And if we have this approach, it brings upon the faith that we need to have in God, that even though we don't know what the future holds, and we don't know what our financial situation might be or what our safety situation might be in the future, we have trust and faith in God that everything will work out. So when we look at our financial situation, your personal financial situation, have that faith, have that trust that God will take care of you. Yes, you have to do what you could do within your power to make sure you make the right decisions. But at the same time, trust in God that He will do His part to ensure that you have the financial security that you need for you and your family.